McClunky!
McClunky.
Welcome, everybody, to our The Last of Us discussion.
Oh, hold on. Richard, do that voice again. That was sexy, bro. I'm sorry. That was... Oh. As you were, Sam. I'm sorry for apologising. Well, no, I'm not.
Ooh.
Hold on, I'm noticing a little bit of a weird, glitch on the stream.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hold up, maybe I can fix that.
What the fuck?
I thought that was part of it.
Yeah,
no, the only part that's a part of it is supposed to be that white flash of lightning, kind of. So, 1 second as I fix that. But, welcome everybody.
Right.
We are here to discuss The Last of Us Episode 1. I'm joined by my boys, my squad mates, the Lost Chef, Higgsy, Richard, and Till. What's up, my dudes?
The token
We're here
British
to watch
guys.
the
Hello.
first love of The Last of Us.
You tell me to look for the light, I'll break your fucking jaw.
Also, can we just take a quick moment to appreciate just how wonderful the fucking pixel art is again?
Yeah, well done.
Sam, as per
Fantastic.
usual, is blowing us out of proportion because we need to now up our game.
As I'm struggling to try to get this glitch part to fix. I don't know how the hell that happens.
The PC has now reached Mark 1 speeds on the fans, but you know what? It's worth it.
Very cool.
I guess that we're gonna have to deal with that for now because it's not changing when I get the new version in there. But
Fuck it. We'll just say it's part of the effects. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
I think it adds to it, honestly.
it's it gives us that 2003 video effect kind of thing that they were going for.
Yeah, like the old school VHS and stuff. Yeah.
There you go.
I say old school. It's not that old.
But yeah, let's go down the line. What did you guys think about this first episode of The Last of Us? Starting with you, AJ. Let's go.
I fucking hated it. It was so stupid. I'm just kidding. It was awesome. I loved it. It really brought back a lot of memories of. I never played the first game, but I watched like 50 million people play it. So I loved. It brought me back to those memories.
I wanted to also get that in there too at one point. What is your guys' relationship with the game? So when we get to you about the episodes, we can add that into your thoughts as well.
Okay.
But
I have
Dan,
the entire story in my brain hole. Hey, Dan.
So I'll start with my relationship with the game was one of my earliest memories. I mean, I was 12, maybe 13 when the game came out.
Pretty early memory.
So I pretty much just watched it the same as yourself, AJ. I watched, the giants at the time, Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie and stuff. I watched them play through it, and then eventually I managed to get hold of a copy 5 years later and played it and was blown away. But from when I played it to this, it's just like someone's taken it from it being 1080p to it's just thrown it straight on the screen in 4K, and it's just shit, what the hell? This is unreal. But yeah, fantastic, blown away by it.
2013.
yeah,
I was 12.
Yeah, the game originally came out on PS3, right?
yeah, boy, man, jeez, it's
God.
been a time. And I feel
10
how long have we
years.
even known about this show for in the first place? I feel like
About
I've known
4
about this show
years.
for a while.
I think it's
Been in development for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so it's just already been a whole process of building up to this show, then building up to the sequel when that was coming out. It's been a weird little Last of Us
I
era.
think, to be honest with you, I think this was planned to be a series as a TV show once the game got remastered on PS4. Possibly.
I mean, I
Could
wouldn't
be
doubt it.
wrong.
I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like I've been hearing about this show for forever. So
Because it's the same creative team behind the game that have just done this, haven't they? They've literally just gone bonk straight across. That's just converted to screen.
I mean, makes sense, honestly.
I mean,
I
the
mean,
only
I'm not
name that I've
surprised.
seen attached is Neil Druckmann. That's the only 100% tissue
And
I've seen.
Craig something, but I think he was part of one of the executives as well. I don't know. Chatting up your arse now.
Yeah, what did you think, man?
I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Don't.
I thought it was perfect.
Okay.
Yay!
I thought it was perfect. So The Last of Us is, in my opinion, the greatest video game ever made. And
yeah. Oh, wow.
I honestly believe so. I was 25 when the game came out, which hurts my soul that you guys were babies.
I was 15.
But I think The Last of Us is literally the perfect video game, and I don't think any video game is
Sam
even
has
close to topping
opinions.
it.
I don't know, crazy opinions.
I think that the episode was perfect. It's exactly what I've been clamoring for years that I wish more TV shows and movies based on existing content would do. Just use the source material.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I thought it was almost at points eerie how similar it was to the source material.
Like the fucking driving bit where they're escaping the town. I was like, that looks just out the game. Like
that was so ripped from the game perfectly that it was like I agree. It was almost terrifyingly perfect how it was. It was weird. Oh, I'm so glad that you liked it though, Richard. Holy crap! Because if we came into this and it was like you hated it, I'd be like, oh dear lord.
Yeah, me too. Because like this game genuinely changed my life. So I was like terrified that like they were gonna do what they've done with everything else and completely screw it up. And I ended up walking away from it thinking like the casting was perfect. The structure was perfect, and I think that HBO has a real appreciation for the source material, and I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, like this one, like they made changes to it, but like it was changes that like still
positive
worked perfectly.
changes. Yeah, I think they were good changes.
Would that just be when you say changes? Do you mean just like more of like the scene of like in the future setting kind of thing, where it's like with the Robert situations, or like what did they add even? Because like it
they
felt
added
pretty,
a little bit more, like couple scenes. Like they added
the beginning scene, and they
More world
changed
building
the
stuff.
spores to tendrils. That's the only thing they've announced they've changed.
Well,
so far.
So they in the opening scene with what was her name, Sarah, I think.
Sarah, yeah, that's I always forget. I keep forgetting. But
they added more with her, showing her relationship with the neighbors, which was good, and it was cool to see like the spores before like how it looks when they're infecting you.
Yeah.
Seeing the spores like coming out of the lady's mouth as like tendrils was weird and neat, and I liked it.
Yeah, that's still.
At
first, what I thought that effect was her having hair in her mouth from like biting.
It took me a second.
It took me a second to understand what was actually happening there.
I think they were kind of wiggling a little bit though, which made me realize it's like tendrils coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, no, like, and that's like I was wondering that too, because like when are they not trying to bite you? They're trying to just get their tendrils into you to get the infection spread, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'm gonna quickly rewatch that bit.
Yeah, I think that like the changes that they did in the intro with Sarah were great because it fleshed out their relationship with her neighbors, her relationship with her father, and these are changes that I think actually wouldn't have worked in a video game.
Yeah, because it would have like really overextended that intro segment a lot. Yeah,
but they really benefited this as a TV show, and I like all the changes that they did. I thought were positive changes that enhance the content for this medium.
Because like for me, I love in zombie movies and all this kind of apocalyptic thing. Like I love seeing the switch. Like I always love day one and seeing like wow, like it's so normal, and then it goes to shit. And this episode did that
abrupt
perfectly.
chaos for sure.
Yeah,
Till, what did you think, man?
Disgusting.
I love this first episode, and I have a feeling that I'm going to love this show. It was straight out of the video game, which is incredible. I'm not completely in the mindset of where I think you have to adapt something exactly like the source material, because I think it depends on the context and if you do it right. Like I don't expect them to take the Mario movie and make it exactly like, the first Mario Brothers game and stuff like that. They're obviously making changes for a movie. I understand why that last Tomb Raider movie, they cut out so much of the game because you couldn't fit all that in the movie. But this is a series where they have some time to not only take this story but flesh it out and give it more world building.
Yeah.
And it works for this show, and it was the right decision, and they pulled it off so well.
Yeah, I think games to movies, like there's no way you could fit like 60 hours of gameplay into a movie, but like a TV show, that's more feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think The Last of Us in particular was already in its game state essentially just an interactive movie.
Exactly.
And so adapting it to this form is such an easy thing to do if they just stick to it.
Ian's here.
This show makes me a fun guy. Thanks, Ian. Great one.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and even just like the choices to like, not to jump back to that intro part again, like the 1968 one, but that I was already like intrigued by that whole intro sequence alone. I thought that was an awesome way to start the show.
Yeah,
I thought it was neat. I think that they probably could have done without it. I don't think it really added much, but it was neat to see.
To me,
It
it
didn't take
almost
anything
would
away.
be
the
like
guy
a
from
cool...
the Mummy in it.
I love that, right? To me, it would be almost... I know it's not going to end like this, but to me, if the show started there and then the fucking final season, right, we come back and it comes back to that 1968 show and they're like, that's what it would probably be like. That would actually be awesome to me.
Yeah, that would be a good way to do it.
I think that intro wasn't needed for us, but I think for new people that didn't play the game, who are used to zombie movies and how they work, whereas this is a different mythology.
Yeah.
I think it was important to have that in.
Like right before watching this show, we were watching The Mummy, so like we're seeing John Hannah in this. We're like, oh shit, he's right there, he's back.
I kind of got the impression that intro scene in the 60s might have been added in post to sort of like help people along the way, because when you go from that scene to like the actual introduction, there's I can't place it. I need to watch it again and like really study it. I don't know if they changed to like a different lens or what's going on.
It's a camera effect, because obviously where it's the 60s, what they've obviously tried to achieve with that to make it look a bit more authentic to start with and everything else is they probably would have just had like noise or grain to the camera.
Yeah,
and then when they switched to 2003, they kind of make it look a bit more like it's 03, and then obviously skip to 2023, and it's how you and I would see, I guess, if that makes sense.
I felt like it might have been. I don't want to sound like I'm being overly critical of this one little scene that I don't think took away anything, but it kind of it made that little bit look a little bit cheaper compared to the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's kind of like the vibe.
Yeah, because it definitely has like a grainy little aspect to it when rewatching it to like make it feel more like 60s. Obviously, like if it were really 60s, I would have done it like maybe like really low color quality, but
yeah.
I just thought that it really did a good job at like setting the stage for the show because of just like how you could feel it in the crowd building, like that there's actual tension there, and I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah, and I think Till's right. Like I think that scene is not there for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's there for the people.
Although I appreciated it, I really liked it.
Yeah, I think that scene's there for my mom.
Mummy guy is a great actor, so hell yeah.
To be honest, I was go on.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, like to me, that opening scene, like my parents were obviously quite intrigued by it, but even though I played the game, like even I was kind of sat there and was like, I think I know why they've done it. They've obviously it's for the film, but I think there's also a little bit of that kick in the teeth to us, like not us as like people who enjoy it, as in like just the common people, because they literally in the thing have obviously explained, well, the planet heats up slightly. Guess what could happen? These things can evolve. These things can then take over. Yeah. I think it's like. Obviously, it's still very much based upon fiction, but there probably is an element of that which is true, which is probably why it's a bit more of a scare tactic in the beginning, because then it makes you think, oh shit, maybe we're too late, sort of thing, especially as we are now in 2023.
That line actually spooked me a little bit, because when we mentioned the climate change thing, I was like, well, I don't mean like getting scared of the climate change. I mean, it made me...
what could happen.
No, not that. I mean, I started to think like, oh no, this is gonna be a preachy thing. They're gonna start preaching.
Oh, really?
That's like when they said that the getting warmer thing. I was like, oh, there are gonna be people who are gonna be mad that they're bringing up climate change for sure.
Really?
I've seen it already. Yeah, people have brought it up as a little bit of a negative, but it's not a big enough negative to take away from the whole show, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a negative because, like, I believe in climate change.
Like,
I was concerned that like they were because the show had just started, and I'm seeing a scene that wasn't from the games, and my first thought was like, oh no, what are they doing? And then that line came out, and I'm like, please don't be a preachy show. And then thankfully, it corrected itself within seconds.
Yeah, I think it fits for the story, and it makes you super uncomfortable hearing that.
Yeah, this whole scene is probably just like we said, getting everyone caught up to speed, because like we have a whole video game, like we've already seen like the whole video game where they explain everything over the course of like a couple hours in a game.
Yeah,
where here it's just like we need it's like a 5-minute scene and we need to get all the information out right now.
And then at least the difference is they might not be fully caught up, but they're at a stage where
They're at a
they
stage
can
where
now
you should
see
be.
it. They can now see it unfold like we would have in the game.
Yeah,
If that
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's what
So
I was trying
then-
to get at.
Yeah. I agree with pretty much every point that everyone has said. Like initially, when I heard the climate change, I was like, "Oh fuck!" But then, when you look back at the scene in context, I think it's actually very, very clever. Like I say, very smartly played out. I think.
I agree. I kind of liked how the Fireflies took care of the level 1 bandits so that we didn't have to.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool because like that whole scene in the game is like the tutorial.
Yep.
And it kind of felt like they were just like, all right, skip the tutorial.
I did. I mean, I don't really give a shit that we missed it, but like, it'd be so nice to have seen Tess do that. The Robert destruction. I love that kill. The kills in Last of Us, I think, this is going to make me sound like a maniac, but like they're one of the more satisfying parts of the game. It's so like brutal and real in that game. Like, god damn.
I think that's literally the opposite of what they want you to feel.
I know, but like by the end of it, that's when I was like, oh, Joel, like not spoiling, because like that's the thing, right? If we talk about the game, like I might spoil the show now.
Yeah, how much are we
We
spoiling?
can't say. I'm not going to say
no
certain things,
spoilers.
but like, there's a point at the end of the game where I was like, now I'm really interested in you, Joel. And then the game ended pretty much. And I was
I know,
like,
I know
You
you're
gotta pick this up in the second one. I want to talk about like the actors too. Like like, Pedro Pascal. Oh, I'm in love with that guy.
Knocked it out of the park. He definitely looks like
favorite actor, honestly. Like,
right now for sure. Yeah, he's like up there for sure.
I can't confirm this, but he looks like he put on some weight for this role. Like he looks stacked in this.
He looks really good. Yeah,
he looks thicker than he does in the Mando suit. Which, I mean,
yeah, he.
I still can't shake the Mando's stance though, can he? I fucking saw it. My dad went Mando stance.
You know, believe it or not, he actually barely wears the Mando suit. That's rarely ever happened.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Most people. Yeah, that's what it's usually like in like superhero stuff too.
Yeah, interestingly, the guy that actually is wearing the Mando costume is like Clint Eastwood's son.
Really?
Oh yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's why he's got like the cowboy walk down.
Yeah.
But no, Pedro Pascal definitely beefed up. Like I was a little worried when they announced him as casting because I'm like, Pedro Pascal's too small for this. Like Joel's huge in the first game. And then seeing him like in person, I was immediately like, oh no, he looks freaking great.
Yeah.
He looks
what did you guys think of his voice?
It's fine.
Yeah,
you know what? I think the thing is, right, I get the whole, obviously, Joel has a distinct southern accent or whatever, but I think you always have to be careful with casting, I get that, but I think Pedro Pascal just kind of, a slightly gruff, like, more gruff version of his own voice isn't that bad of a choice, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, because people are bringing up that he goes in and out of it a lot. But like I think that they're picking moments that are moments where he's purposefully bringing the accent up, like intensely. Like they're bringing up the moment where he's talking to the neighbors on the lawn, and he's like going into the Atkins thing and all that kind of stuff. His accent is really intense there, but I think that's because that's a comedic moment. Like
think of it another way, right? Like obviously his daughter isn't white, so and he's in the South of America. I'm not going to paint a stereotype because not everywhere's like that, and I get that, but for him, he might think, right, shit, I need to blend in here, so I'm just going to do this. You know what I mean? And then obviously that makes it a little.
Well, it's a little goofy because Pedro Pascal's from Texas.
He is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Pedro Pascal.
Son of a bitch.
Are you guys actually live right now?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Hello, chat. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I thought you guys were just saying that.
Are you gonna tell us to look for the light?
Classic Kaz. Kaz, you're becoming like a heel in this show.
What did
you're like the joke character that's like, oh, there he is. Kramer.
Oh, hello,
what did you
everyone.
think of the new episode, or the first episode of The Last of Us?
I really liked it. It was really good in the practical effect. Pedro Pascal was amazing. And Emilia Alcock as Rhaenyra Targaryen was stunning.
Yo, can I just say, though, now that you bring up practical effects, like you actually brought up something in sense for me. When that like zombie guy or whatever you want to call it in these ones, that infected guy is running through the building like after Joel and Sarah, that gave me mad anxiety. B, man, what stunt people will put themselves through? Holy shit!
Yeah.
And 3, closed doors. What are you people doing?
I was thinking that too the whole time. Like, dude, just kick the door closed.
Because like, are these? I can't remember from the game. Like, are they like smart?
Not
I
really.
don't
Like,
remember,
can they
no.
open a door?
Well, they're like 28 Days Later style, like rage zombies. They can totally open doors, but they're not like thinking.
When you say open doors, do you mean like actually use the knob and like open it up, or just like
No,
barrel
smash
roll
it down.
through it pretty much, or like?
They'll more likely try to like slam through it, but I don't imagine it would be like too off-putting to see one physically open a door.
Okay. Because yeah, like the whole time, because it was like literally like 2 seconds behind him at most. It's like,
yeah, I do want to go back to
door.
the accent thing, because like okay, so Pedro Pascal's accent kind of does it wavers in and out, but here's the thing, being a gentleman from the South myself, I don't always have a Southern accent, but I turn it on depending on who I'm talking to. And I think it is completely normal for him to do that as well. It might be jarring for people, but like when I'm speaking to my family, my accent like I double down on it for sure.
Yeah.
And like I can turn it on whenever I want. And typically if I'm speaking to people who aren't from the South, then that's not as much of a thing. But I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing for Joel's accent to slip into more of a hard Texan when he's like stressed out or like, under pressure. And then when he's speaking to other people, maybe not.
Well, when
he's not in Texas, he's in Boston right now.
Yeah, truly. Because I felt it mostly pop out when he was talking to his neighbors in a more comfortable situation. It felt
or when he's talking to Tommy.
Yeah,
he sounds more Texan in those bits. And I will say on the other end, Bella Ramsey, there were moments where I absolutely heard hints of an English accent.
Oh yeah, for sure. But she's like young. She doesn't
really.
I'm
always looking for that kind of thing with characters where I'm like, I've heard you in Game of Thrones. That's probably what it is for me with Pedro Pascal in the first place. Is that the first thing I saw him in was Oberyn Martell, so I just assumed that was like his voice probably. But yeah, like with her, I could hear it so much when she was counting.
You murdered.
Yeah. I thought she played the role really well.
For sure.
The way she says "motherfuckers," it's exactly from the game. Like it's scary.
Yeah, I think it's kind of clear to me that like Pedro Pascal kind of wants to go his own sort of direction with Joel, but but Bella Ramsey is more of mimicking Ellie from the games.
Yeah. Well, like the fucking director was like sort of like showboating, be like, we made sure the actors didn't play the game. So like, what the fuck is that gonna accomplish?
That's not.
Why?
Why not? Anyone?
I'm pretty sure that more in character thing.
I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that directed the first few X-Men movies, I'm pretty sure made them not read
Bryan
the comics.
Singer.
Yeah.
I remember because there's a story. Patrick Stewart asked, like, what's the lore in the comics of like how Xavier got in a wheelchair? He's like, oh, I imagine like this would have happened. Like he was essentially describing what happened in First Class, like him on the beach, and they had an argument. And then Patrick Stewart's like, no, like what actually happened in the comics? And then he explained to them what happened in the comics. He's like, I like your first idea better.
But like Hugh Jackman was like looking up wolves for Wolverine because he didn't know that Wolverine was real, so he didn't know how to act like a Wolverine would.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Bryan Singer has a
they are terrifying, aren't they?
Being untrustworthy.
Yeah,
and that's I'm being very, very generous.
Yes. I don't understand that thought process. Like I haven't watched the Halo series, but I remember them making a comment like, we didn't look at any of the games or source material. I'm like, well then I'm not going to watch the show.
Yeah.
It's very clear when you watch the show.
It's bad.
Well, like, clearly the directors, like, they know what they're doing still. Like, I don't know why they didn't make the actors play the games or anything, or like at least show like a recap of the games.
I think because it's being directed by the games director, I think he in a way has that ability to go, we don't need to because I am the game. I am this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, but I think
if like you want to, be able to, right?
Like, fellas.
What?
Sorry, not to distract. I am gonna leave. I love you all.
You can
bye, chat.
You don't have to announce it.
You don't have to. You don't announce your entrance.
You just Irish goodbye.
Well, guys, Fuego's died. I'll see you guys later.
Okay,
bye.
Okay.
Back a bit.
You know, the saddest part about the Halo show to me is that the props team knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, they did so good.
Oh, it looks
That was
cool
good.
from the
Holy
screen.
crap,
except
they
for
look
like that
amazing.
ending fight or whatever.
Yeah,
But-
to me, there's with the Halo show that it had that fucking sci-fi quality to me, like that like weird TV from 2003
absolutely.
look. I don't know.
It totally did. It's a really really bad show, but the prop design was pretty good.
I was intrigued like watching. I was like, this is actually pretty good. And then he took off his helmet. I was like, that immediately was like, what the fuck is this?
Yep.
And then everything after that, I'm like, it's just going worse and worse. What is this?
I never thought that I would see John Halo. I never thought I'd see his face and his ass within a couple of episodes.
Yeah, it was quite off-putting, to be honest.
Strange.
When are we going to see Joel's ass?
Probably pretty quick.
I will pay any amount of money for Pedro Pascal. Man. I'm putting the B and LGBT in this stream, fellas. All right, I'm sorry.
I also thought the filmmaking, like for that scene where they were driving, was done really well. Like specifically, even before like we get to the video game specific part, when they were on the highway and in like that darkness, and then they roll up on the military, kind of. The way the filmmaking is done, and you can see that even behind them while they're doing that, people see that they're doing that and decide to follow them. Then, and then I was almost thinking what we were gonna see is when they roll up to the military. There's a couple trucks that keep going. I thought we were gonna see the military just like light them up, just like open fire pretty much on like any trucks coming up on them.
Yeah,
but like because I just don't know. I don't know what point we're at.
Yeah, because we saw like one of those trucks drive by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't. I wasn't paying attention, but before the plane crash, was that a one shot?
Yes.
Like in the car?
Yeah, I think that they were going for a one shot, but I think
it's
it
probably
was
some
definitely
cuts
like
in there. Yeah.
it was for sure like cut up. There was no way they could do that on its own.
I mean, I think that if they were really going for like a really impressive shot like that, they could totally try to pull it off like that.
Well, like even actual like one shots in most movies are have like secret cuts in them. They're not actually one shots.
yeah. Like they'll do a cut when they're like passing by like a car, a panel of the car or something.
Mm.
But I really liked at the end of this episode getting to see that Joel is like a rage beast. Especially since like Neil Druckmann made a point of talking about in The Last of Us 2 how like the kills in these games are supposed to be brutal and make you feel uncomfortable unless you're like Sam and you're a sociopath.
I just find that
So,
shit
like-
to be like so enticing in a show. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
I
the feeling that it gives me like for like, oh my god, that was so brutal and what the fuck? Like I live for that.
Yeah, seeing Joel like clearly go overboard and like maybe even frighten Ellie a little bit was, I think, a really good way to kind of.
He did not
portray
look
that.
frightened. She looked like, oh,
She looked like she enjoyed it.
She was in
Yeah.
like
yeah.
I
She's
like
like,
how,
he's
gonna
here
protect
defending
me.
me.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
because,
you're gonna protect me. I'm alright.
the quick storytelling they do with that is like just showing that like that gang leader guy with like that was beating up Tess is terrified of Joel.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
he's shitting his pants that like he doesn't want Joel to find him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the impression that Ellie was like shocked.
that
Yeah,
she
yeah, I
literally
got
has a
that.
black eye, and that will be the end of his life, pretty much. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I-
cool way to convey the like brutality of Joel since we can't experience it as you know players playing him.
It's
So,
a quick like
it's well
single
handled.
line that just gives you everything you need to know about Joel. That he's like he will fucking kill people just for a black eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't fuck around. You know, like he isn't a fuck around, find out kind of guy. You don't even have to fuck around. You're gonna find out. Like it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it. Like it's the no nonsense approach. But then also, you also look at the situation he was put in as well. His reaction is a PTSD induced reaction. There is
Yeah.
no question of that.
Absolutely.
So to hear me, someone pointed a gun at a kid that he has to look after, and he went to a place of no return. And I think the fact that we can finally see that fleshed out correctly on screen is quite a surreal moment, I think, because like you say, like Joel is a brutal motherfucker. There is not much he wouldn't do
Well,
at this point.
and I love that even before the 20-year time skip, we see that he's not the best guy, right? Like we see that like that family on the road that he is like, nope, don't stop for them, don't help them because we got our own situation right now. Like fuck them. So he's never been a good guy, and that's what I loved about the game in that sense is that I'm playing this guy who is absolutely like
I
wouldn't
say-
I
I'd say
don't.
evil.
I don't
he's
blame
a good
him.
guy
He's
for
a-
sure, but
He's a flawed.
He does-
He's flawed.
I think he's a
He's
bad
flawed.
guy.
well, he's not a bad guy. Just he does what he needs to in order to survive, like for sure.
Whoop.
Like because he's like a good guy. He's just selfish, pretty much.
Sure, but I mean, like, doesn't like. I think if you're like too selfish, you're a bad guy. To that level.
They imply in the game that Joel and Tommy at some point were like raiders. Like they were the guys like beating people up and stealing their shit and like killing people. So it's implied that at some point in the past that we haven't seen in the show or in the games, Joel and Tommy were doing some really screwed up stuff.
Well, I think that a lot of people, if you're alive at this time in life, right? Like, you're probably one of the worser people in a sense. Like, you're not a good person.
In this world, I think he's more of an anti-hero. Like, he's not evil. He's just he does things for his own self-interest.
Yeah, he does one thing specifically where it's like, holy fuck, dude.
Well, I want to. So going to the scene where Joel like makes Tommy keep driving past that family that has a kid, I don't view that as Joel being like a bad guy or even being selfish. I think that's just Joel being a father.
Yeah,
he cares significantly more about taking care of his daughter than someone else's stuff.
Yeah, you're in a situation where shit's blowing up around you, and you see like there's like fucking people attacking other people and eating them, and then those people are coming back to eat more people, and you're just like. I don't know these people. I don't know if they're like fucked up or not. I'm just gonna keep on going, you know.
And see, but I think that is, like that's definitely like a moral debate right there in general. Where like I would see that as not being a good person because like he's got his own situation, but you should be able to see. And this is like the Homelander discussion that I have with people, where people say that Homelander is like he is because he's so godly that he sees us as ants. But like I don't agree with that because. It's not like you can converse with an ant. You know what I mean?
He says that. He says it in the show.
He says that. Yeah, that's like that's
but that's like because he's no, but that's because he's like sociopathic. Like he's crazy. Like it's not
he
like
literally says, "I am better than you."
That's because he's crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if an ant could talk to me, I would no longer step on ants. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a different like because like there's people nowadays without superpowers that are still like I'm a god among men. I am better than everyone else, and this guy does have like the powers beyond like to kill anyone he ever wants, and you know.
Shit, maybe I'm the sociopath, but like if ants started talking, I would kill all of them.
Yeah, see, that's crazy to me. It's like I would immediately be like, "Oh shit, I cannot step on an ant anymore." Like, cause like
I'm just saying,
I would be Joel, like, they're learning, they must die.
I'm just saying, Joel, like. I would have done the same thing. Just abandoned.
I 100% would have done the same thing.
I think, Sam, what you got to understand is, like Richard very, very well put, is it's a father thing. And I think until you, I think it was Richard who said it. I hope it was Richard. Otherwise, I'm like a twat here. Even from my point of view, I'm not a father, but I have had to step into that role for siblings and for friends, right? To be that sort of figure. There is no doubt in my mind if I was in that situation, I wouldn't have even fucking said anything. I'd have just kept fucking going. Yeah. And I'd just be like, concentrate.
Man, y'all are crazy.
I think it depends on the context. In this context, I don't blame anybody for be like, no, keep going.
Yeah. I don't know. If it were like, oh, like everyone's evacuating and like this guy's car broke down, but like there's no like explosions or people eating each other going on, I'd be like, all right, get in, we can get out together.
Yeah.
See, but like at that point, they
just left their neighborhood where they're like lifelong neighbors that they're really close with. We're trying to eat them. Like you can't trust anybody.
In this situation, I'd be like, no, fuck these people. They might eat us. Let's leave.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. I especially in that front, like, you don't know 100% what's going on yet. So, like, maybe you would get out. So.
You know enough. You know that your neighbors are trying to eat you. I think that's enough.
What you know right now is that shit's hitting the fan. I'm not taking any risks.
You have a car with your child and your brother.
Is all I'm saying. Like, they were going to stop. And then Joel was the one that was like, no, what are you doing?
An idiot.
You got your child and your brother in a car. You're trying to escape from what is clearly some sort of disaster, and strangers on the side of the road ask to be picked up. There is no way any rational person would put their child in danger by having them sit directly next to a stranger.
You have strangers with another child. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, imagine being
that
that stranger.
That doesn't mean anything. That means nothing.
Put yourself in the other people's shoes is my thing.
No. Put yourself in the main situation. And then tell me with a clear conscience you are willing to risk your child's life for someone you haven't.
I think in that situation you are. If you were to pull over, you are a really good person, but you are a fool and you're going to die.
You are 100% one of the first people dead.
Like if I do put myself in the shoes, like if the other family was the protagonist, then I'll be like, that people were assholes for driving away. But I mean, I understand, like, but they're not. I don't fucking care. Like,
I don't know. Now I don't know if I want to go to this town where you're apparently setting up anymore,
look,
AJ.
Beach, North Dakota is the hot spot. That's
For all the assholes, apparently. Don't go there anymore.
No.
They won't pick you up on the road.
Sam, you seem to think that like if you're that person and I'm driving past you, I won't stop for you. But you're like a brother, man. I will stop for you.
You won't even be able to recognize me when we've been going halfway across the country.
I would not stop for
like
any of you.
Richard, I'm glad we think alike.
I would
Richard, I barely
continue
know what you
driving.
look like, so no, I won't stop.
Look, if I had my
Well, Richard
family
looks
in the
like-
car,
I know
I
he
am
looks like
going
a
to
bear.
drive past you guys.
That's fair.
100%.
Oh, I knew he was coming back.
Let me at least sit on the top of the car. What the hell?
Then
Beach,
if you jumped on the top of my car, I'm going to shoot
the-
you. Because
What
then
the
you're
hell,
probably
Richard?
a zombie.
Well, let me sit on there. If I sit on there, I'm not like a zombie. Clearly.
I feel like I'm standing on the side of the road and you're like begging me right now. To like, let me sit on the car, dude.
You know what I
Richard,
feel
there's
like
room
right
in the
now?
back.
I'm
If we
sitting
could
in the
put-
car with
if we
Richard
could get the
right now,
picture
Sam.
of Wesley
How do you feel?
Snipes crying his eyes out with his fucking revolver in his hand, that would be the ideal picture for this entire
No, it's Richard
conversation.
like not even crying though. Richard's just looking down.
No. This is yeah,
Richard's
exactly.
just
It's,
straight up like sideways, like holding the gun, shooting Sam.
oh, fuck.
Brutal. I just got
Literally.
raided, man.
Yeah, jebaited.
Jesus.
Oh man.
I mean,
Sam's the type of dude that would hide a bite in a zombie movie.
Yes, he would. I'm
I
getting
have you
that
know
vibe.
right now, dude, I would not do that at all.
Maybe
No,
it
Because I
would
would not be able to
straight
shut
away.
the fuck up about it. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch, he bit me. Fuck.
ow, my arm hurts, owie.
not even in that capacity. It would be like, I'm pissed because it happened. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'd be the guy that just leaves. Like I would just pack up and leave if I get.
I would shoot myself if I'm being honest. Like, fuck.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, so I think
I'd
Sam
pack
would
up,
kill himself
leave,
straight
and
away.
Shoot myself later.
I'd see it happen
Knowing
and be
this
like, well,
guy-
no decision. Because fuck, he's brutal.
The only time it's morally
Sure.
correct for him to do that.
What's the
I
time
hate it,
frame on
though.
this disease? I don't remember from the game. Do they say that?
In the show, they said it's
Up
one
to
day.
3 days.
One day?
They show it one
on
day
that
between.
poster, yeah, on that poster.
Yeah, they show it on the poster. Like it depends on where you get bitten.
So like,
Yeah,
because
how
I'm
you
trying to
get
think
like
of
that
when.
head is like 20 minutes. and
Okay,
then,
20
like,
minutes, because that guy in the opening,
Yeah.
the old guy was
he
bitten
got
on the
bit
neck,
in the neck,
right?
so he
Yeah.
like just got bit. Like he's turning immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes for like neck and up, and then if it's like on the foot or something, it can be a couple days.
Dumb question, because like this is
I think it was like 24 hours max.
Like 24
It won't
hours?
last more
Okay.
than a day.
so like there was so like. And in that opening part where like the old woman gets killed and shit like that, then 2 other people come out. One of them is the husband. Is the other then the wife? The other one was the wife.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't
Mhm.
really like get a visual on like what I was seeing there at that point. I thought maybe the old lady had gotten up again, but yeah. The sad thing in that too, it shows again another shitty-ish moment from Joel for me. It's very subtle, but it's like the whole thing of get back in your house, and then
Yeah.
they just fucking like barrel roll into those people and don't even try to like give more information to the other
Yeah,
gamers.
I mean,
so they
They
just
don't
get
have
killed.
time.
What are you gonna do though? You know,
Yeah.
like you've got like seconds to get you and your family out of that situation. I like look, I'm pretty close to my neighbors in my own community, but if there were zombies running around and I had to go, I'd be like, Peg, you better go inside, and then I'd leave.
Like Sam, I think you're thinking of this as like you have time to think, like in this situation, but you don't. I don't like in this
It's
situation.
not a
it's like-
turn-based strategy.
Yeah, and you have to think on your feet and just go.
Yeah, I think of it as like grabbing a party, pretty much. Like, let's get as many people.
Yeah,
To-
I
to
think
help you.
Unfortunately, though,
I'm surviving first, and then I'm grabbing a party. That's,
I'm-
that's
I'm
my
beginning-
goal.
I'm beginning to think that maybe I don't want to play Project Zomboid with Sam.
yeah.
Like, we get a party together, so there's more people around me that like, so I might not die, and they're the fodder, pretty much.
You sound dangerous.
I'm in the middle. Y'all are.
Well, I like the early 2000s setting where this all takes place because all the zombies are going to be like in that clothing and everything.
Oh yeah.
And Hector from Nerdist News pointed out, which I love, that we could see zombies with frosted tips.
Will we though? Like,
I hope
I
so.
hope we
Great.
do. That'd be awesome.
That would be great if there was that like attention to detail, but like, man, I don't know. Like, that'd be awesome.
I think the die wears out after 23 years. I'm super excited to see clickers, which are probably going to be in the next
yeah.
episode.
I thought
I
they
think
were
they're
going
in
to
the
end
trailer,
this
right?
episode with clickers, if I'm being honest. But yeah.
Yeah, so far the zombie effects have been stellar.
Like that one pasted to the fucking wall.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Damn, dude.
Oh, that was amazing.
So, like that made me wonder, like, what's the life cycle again of these things? Like, because is that guy not contagious in any capacity? Or how does that work?
I question that a little bit too, and I question this in the game as well. Like, what happens to a person to make them like standing, lean up against a wall, and then become the wall? You know?
Yeah.
Like, how do they get to that point? Do they have to be clickers first?
Well, because I think
it was
it's
implied
like
that it's fresh.
It's based off of like the cordyceps, like fungus, which like makes like whatever is infected, usually like ants and stuff, like climb up to against like things to get high enough to spread more spores.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
it's
guess
probably the
that's
cordyceps like making them go to this wall to spread more.
But it's weird that they didn't even put on like. Did they even put on gas masks?
No, they did.
I
I
don't think
thought they
did.
should put. That's what I thought too.
So in the
I think it's not like. I think it's not like kicked up yet. I think it's just like stable.
Well, I think that's a change that they're making because
they've changed it from spores. That's partly why.
Because I haven't played the game since 2019. So, but I think I think that
do that.
I think that scene was they were wearing that gas mask in the game.
Yeah.
And like you have to wear gas masks at certain parts, but I think they're changing that for the show where
that makes sense. And come to
air.
think of it, yeah, it's probably it's now spread by like bite.
Yeah,
like classic zombie.
They explained.
I hope they do where, like, it's just not like kicked up. Like I hope they do still have like spores that could affect you.
Because like I think both would be fine. Like you can still have like it where like, I'm pretty sure the implication in the game was like if one of the fucking infected like gets you, you're bitten / like cut and infected. Like I don't know. Like
I think, like I said, the reason that they decided to go away with the spores is because the director explained that in a real life setting, everyone would be infected within 24 hours, which just wouldn't work because it would be airborne. So that's why they've changed it to tendrils, because then it's still close to the game. Like it's not a drastic change to the point it ruins everything, but it's still different enough that it doesn't kind of like if a realist, like if someone watched it, hasn't played the game, which would be like, would everyone be affected within like 10 minutes? What the fuck?
And it's also the superhero effect where you want to show your actors, so you can't wear the
you don't want to
gas mask all the time.
Pedro Pascal knows exactly what it's like to wear.
I mean, he already has a show for that. Like, damn it! Every role I'm covering my face.
Pedro Pascal is not accustomed to wearing a mask, so I don't think that would be something he'd be willing to do.
Man, that kind of thing is so crazy though, because realistically, it wouldn't be that long, like wearing a gas mask, and it's a huge window like into your face, right? So it's pretty decent in that exposure for that.
I think it helps to like differentiate between like actual zombies, where it's like just like certain areas of air could like infect you, you know?
Yeah.
Granted, I am not paid to show my face. In fact, I do literally the opposite. But I feel like if I were an actor, I would take every role that I could that I got to wear like a cool gas mask or a sick helmet or something.
Yeah, man. I would too. Like if Star Wars came out to be like, you're gonna be Stormtrooper in the background wearing a helmet. I'm like, oh, all right, sure.
You're gonna have this cool ass filter on your goddamn voice. It's gonna be dope.
I think it's more the
you
studio.
Get, like, one line. I'm like, yeah, dope, man. I get a line in Star Wars. That's cool.
Actually, AJ and me were in The Force Awakens, where those two stormtroopers that come around the corner and are like, no, don't go that way.
Yeah,
he's having a fucking pissy fit. We didn't even like that wasn't scripted. We were originally gonna die in that scene, but we did that, and they were like, keep that in. That's funny.
Yeah, and we're gonna hire you for more roles. You're gonna be other stormtroopers now.
Yeah, we're the tag and bank now of Star Wars. So.
That scene kind of confused me a little bit because I think they were saying that zombie was there for a while and died, but then they also said it wasn't there before.
Yeah, that's what it lost me too. It's like, so how long does it take for that to happen?
Yeah. She said specifically like someone said maybe he came down here and got infected, so like maybe the potential to be infected is down there still. Like,
and then he said, but maybe this is where he got infected.
Like how long ago was it when they went down that tunnel last? Was it like a couple months? Because like if that's the case, why are there still fucking zombies around?
And that tunnel was in that quarantine zone, like underneath the quarantine zone, right?
Yeah.
Like if there's a bunch of like clickers out in the wild, why are they still around if they just fucking spore out on the wall all over the place?
Exactly.
Yeah. So my question is, how did he appear there? Like,
Yeah.
What is the life cycle?
This guy brings up more questions than answers.
This is our biggest problem with the show so far.
I mean, other than that was the only thing that like made me question the show. Like the rest of the show, I'm like, I'm in it. Like I was in the show, the immerse and everything.
In terms of a video game like adaptation, amazing. Like, oh my god,
I think the best I've seen.
Best I've seen to date.
Sincerely, and it like even down to like the little details. Like they didn't have to keep Gustavo Santaolalla. I can't remember. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's the guy that does the music for the games. They didn't have to make him the guy that does the music for the show, but they did. Which is
such a beautiful detail to notice is that the music was the game. It just was exactly. I loved it.
The person who plays Marlene, I think I heard somewhere she's the same person who was the voice actor in the game.
I was wondering that, because I was just saying her actress is also killing it. Like she's not even that great of like a character, really. But I loved her.
She's one of the only returning voice actors that actually play in her own role.
She had one of the best lines in the episode where she was like, "You don't have a fucking ear on your head right now." That was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, I really do think that if they handle this well, like if I'm hoping there's no like weird turns out of left field coming. But if they continue down the path that they've set from this first episode, I think that this is going to completely change the future of like video game adaptations going forward.
Yeah.
Because like if they release this and it is straight up a rip from the game and it does amazing, and I suspect it will, people are going to be looking at this and thinking like, well, why haven't we been doing this all along? And every fan on Earth will be like, well, why haven't you been?
Man, this is what people want? Holy shit.
I think the story is made perfectly for a series like this. And I have a feeling I'm gonna like the show. Like it would be my preferred format to consume the story. But there's no way this show would have been made without the game.
Yeah,
like if they made the story for TV, like the exact same story, and like this is made for TV, like this is our vision. And maybe that was their vision when they were originally making the game, but they're like, well, we're game makers, whatever. This is how we can pull it out. If they like brought this concept to HBO and said, we need to make this, I don't think they would have said yes.
That's the thing. Like video games have like the cool concepts for can make up a really good show. Like God of War. That's if that were a TV show, I think they're making that into a TV show.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
It's already a very compelling story-driven game.
Yeah,
they have the great concepts and the story, and they just need.
There's a lot of PlayStation. There's a lot of PlayStation titles being translated to TV and film.
Yeah, I think
PlayStation's making that push.
Like how much control Sony has over this, and how much of this was Sony's idea.
Yeah.
One of my mods said that one of his favorite parts was when Joel reached into his bag and then took out a cup, some duct tape, and half of a scissor and made a med kit. So
I want some gamey shit like that to happen suddenly in this show. It would be so out of place.
I don't, because then I'm gonna get flashbacks of the Doom movie where they made everything in first person. I'm like, you don't need to do that.
I don't know, man. That scene's the only good part of that movie.
I mean, to be like that scene is pretty cringe, but it is the best part of that movie, without a doubt.
It's not saying much though.
Yeah, I mean, really, the best part of the movie is when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson looks directly into the camera and says, "It's Doomin' time," and starts jumping all over the place.
No, I think the best part of that movie is when the end credits roll. To be honest, it's my favorite part.
My favorite line is where they look at the camera and they're like, "Wow, this place is hell." That's just Mars.
I hope that they kind of stray away from anything that calls back to the games. I'm already a little bit nervous about having Troy Baker and what's her face showing up, because if they sound too similar to their characters, then that's going to take me right out of it.
Oh come on, they're voice actors. They'll know.
Well, Joel has, Troy Baker has so many different voices. Yeah, so I don't imagine he's going to play Joel.
Who plays the voice of Ellie again?
Ashley Johnson.
Okay, so she doesn't though. Every time
kind
I
of
hear her
does.
voice, she sounds the same.
Yeah, for the most part. I know she does like little kids' voices and like like she can change up her
Ellie's
voice.
mom is gonna have like a toddler voice, like from Rugrats.
She can make it more. She can make, I don't know, make it sound older.
I have the chart for like time to full infection here. Also, I finally found it.
What do we got?
It's 5 to 15 minutes for neck, face, and head.
Wow.
2 to 8 hours for torso, arm, shoulder, and hand, and then 12 to 24 hours for leg and foot. So no one lasts more than a day.
5 to 15 minutes. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's even faster than most zombie movies.
So that guy, like in the beginning, must have just been bit. You know?
Yeah, that is like 28 Days Later style.
Yeah,
where like 28 days later you get bit and that's it. You're a zombie.
You get a freaking little bit of blood in your eyeball from a goddamn raven.
Yeah.
and you're done. That's unfortunate.
Oh man, I have nothing but faith in this show. This is probably the happiest I've ever been watching a video game adaptation.
This is the most positive I think I've ever heard you on a show.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I think this might be like, this is the beginning of the year, and I think this might be like, it's
this might be what unifies McClunky for the first time in a solid year.
Yes, for sure.
Honest.
But it could be like the best show of the year.
Well, like, we got that and this and Bad Batch right now, where it's pretty much like we like everything happening.
Yeah, pretty much everything positive ones. Yeah.
I mean, if Mando comes out and we fucking hate that somehow, like, oh boy.
I was gonna mention,
as well as I do, I'm gonna be a fanboy.
I can't imagine Mandalorian being better than this, based on what we've seen for the first episode. I love the Mandalorian, but
yeah.
I think the Last of Us is so different, though. Like, in a way, it's not. You think we've had 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and we've been saturated with Star Wars, Marvel-y type content.
Right. Yeah.
The Last of Us is in a category of its own at the moment. So I think, for that factor alone, I think it can't be compared, in my opinion.
Yeah. What I think kind of blows me away about this show in particular too is like the writing's good, but we knew the writing was going to be good. You can't. Yeah. It's The Last of Us. We knew the writing was going to be good.
If they fucked it up, dude, no, I lose faith.
Yeah, but it's so stellar to me that like the composition is good, the cinematography is good, like every aspect of the show is good. There's not a single moment of it that I think is bad.
Thank you, Colombian Brujo, for the gifted subs. Thank you so much, dude. Holy.
Thank you.
CBJ, my
You're
boy.
A star.
Thanks, buddy.
Is he come to apologize for owning me last stream? It's okay, bro. I've forgiven you.
What did he say?
No, it was when we were watching. What was it? We were talking. I think it was Bad Batch. And I said, "Oh, Revan's face mask was in it," and everyone was like, "No, it's Fennec." I was like, "No, you're wrong." And he hit me with, "No, it was Fennec." I was like, "Yeah, it was Fennec." But I tried. I'm sorry. Had to hold out faith.
Can't be right all the time.
Love you, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for the gift sub.
You're a star
for the podcast that I'm on.
Fuck. He's knocked me off. Yeah, he's knocked me off of my own fucking pedestal. Shit. Much love. Cheers, Chief.
Look, this fucking screenshot I just got. I put in the stream memes.
Oh God, what is this gonna be?
Look, let this show be proof that I don't hate everything.
Yes. This is, like I said, this is...
I didn't think it was possible.
Look at how little his arm looks in this picture.
I know, it's like her face and stance and everything.
Oh my God, I love that.
I also love the press for this, because so far, all of it has just been him being like, everyone's going, "Hey, Daddy." He's like, "Hey, Mama." And I fucking love it. He's just got, what was it the kids say these days? Riz. It's just there. He just cannot escape it. It's just, he oozes it. And then he got called a zaddy or something the other day, and I was a bit like, the fuck?
Joe, I never played the game, so I have zero reference to the movie or TV show. I'll be playing the game on stream when it comes out on PC. So you got that.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I've only played part 1 and the prequel DLC. I haven't played part 2 yet.
Isn't the prequel DLC the one where we discover Ellie's?
Now you're gonna get spoilers.
Well, yeah, she got a name drop in this episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there was a name drop. Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that actually.
Yeah, it's like they care. They fucking care. I mean, it's Neil Druckmann. Like, so I hope he cares. But like,
something that I think is kind of weird about this is like the games aren't that old, and we still can't like spoil anything because now there's a whole new audience that don't.
Here's
know
the thing, though: the game is 2 game console generations ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's 10 years old. The game's 10 years old.
It's 10 years old.
It's a
yeah.
decade old.
I know that you guys think that it's old because you guys.
I don't think it's old.
I don't think it's old.
It's weird for me to think of the 360 and PS3 era as old.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that's...
I grew up on the Nintendo era, so
yes,
to me,
I know.
This feels like the other day.
I am the same.
Y'all need some Christopher Walken sound bites. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. We are never going to say no to that.
Yeah, I'm super happy with this show so far. I hope it goes well.
I
hope
also
that it doesn't drop the ball.
I love when shows can, or even movies or whatever, like good musical choices can like really like fucking make a moment pop.
Oh, the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, like that whole
That
code
is
system was
that
a
was so
genius
cool.
idea to implement. I thought that was a really cool way to throw in some like musical references and shit like that.
And the way she figured it out, it's like, oh, they were playing "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go," and he's like, "Fuck!" It's like, oh, it means trouble. Thank you.
And then at the very end, like with that fucking.
No.
God, what? Like, why is the band escaping me right now?
Wham.
No,
Wham?
was that Wham? No, it was the Reach Out and Touch Faith people, wasn't it? Fuck, who is that?
In Excess, is it?
Oh,
Reach Out and Touch Faith. That's Depeche Mode.
Wasn't it Depeche Mode?
That was the end song, right?
That's Personal Jesus.
it is
No,
Depeche
no.
Mode. Yeah,
But it wasn't Reach Out and Touch Faith. It was a different.
It is Depeche Mode.
The same band, but
Yeah, it's also Personal Jesus. The song, not Reach Out and Touch Faith.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I was
Jesus
just using
Christ,
like
Tom.
the most
Idiot!
yeah, he's trying to recognize
Sorry.
the band, so
You
he.
stupid asshole!
Disgusting. Get it
anyway, but yeah,
fucking
like
right,
because like the
Sam.
way that they utilized that song at the very end, and it was still in like kind of it's not a creepy song inherently, but it like really added to that moment of like
To be
seeing
fair
out
though,
the wall.
Depeche Mode is, as a category, is in two. It's like electronic dance music for the 80s in Britain, and then it's also like in a category of gothic because a lot of their music was classed as 80s gothic.
If you guys
So-
keep calling Depeche Mode, there's
yeah,
there's
call
going
it
to be a
Depeche
problem.
Mode.
I refer to it as Depeche Mode because
Considering
that's the only way I
they
heard
call
it.
I
Depeche
keep
Mode,
hearing
'cause
you guys say it in a different way. I'm like, what am I
heard
supposed to
Dan-
say here?
I heard Dan say it, so I was like, oh, I guess that's the proper pronunciation. He is.
I'm over
British.
here like
They are
Never heard it
switching.
that way.
Depeche. Yo, Pesci, get over here, my friend. Oh man. Yeah,
Oh no,
but-
no! I fucked it. Depeche. No,
Yeah, we're
I'm
right.
sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
We're right
I'm sorry.
here.
I'm
We
sorry.
know.
I can't help it. It's my own language. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy.
Yeah, we blame you for this.
Good.
So okay, we're doing Bad Batch tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Fucking
sir. I gotta
boys.
watch that.
I still gotta watch
I'll
that
watch
other
that.
episode. Yeah.
I watched out of the gym. It's fine.
But
I-
any other
there-
closing
you know,
thoughts
there's-
on? Oh, sorry.
I almost wish that there was something I didn't like about this, so that I'd have more to say. But I just love this so much that I can do nothing.
You can
to it.
like
I loved it. It was
things.
great.
I'm just saying.
You can like things, but you can only talk about things if he hates it.
Well,
When
I
you
just
say
mean like
that,
there's only so much you can say about something that you like, but when you dislike something, like at least for me, my brain is like, boy, write down all the notes.
I mean, again,
You
you
sort of
say
see that, but yeah, like. But
I mean, we've
in
been going
love,
for
I
well
think we
over
can
an
also
hour.
go through things.
Hey, we still have a full season to fuck it up, so
yeah,
True.
like,
Sure.
That is
to
true.
be
That's
fair,
how many episodes?
I think 10. I think that they're going for like a standard HBO.
10 weeks. Whoa, oi.
Yeah, I can't wait till we
There
get the last
does not
episode and
need to
we
be
find
any
out that-
more than that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I was
Just
gonna ask
keep
you
it-
guys that a little
keep
bit.
it-
Like, is this? And I don't know if they've confirmed this yet or not. But is this like a multi-season show or is this like a
I-
They're
one?
making.
I
they're
can't
making a second
imagine.
season.
they're
making a
planning on
second
making they're planning on also adapting the second game as well.
Yeah. That's what they've said
Cool.
they're going to do.
So like they'll just like
Yeah.
recast Ellie and make her older, or like
That's
are
what
they
I'm wondering. Like, are they going to
Unless
do
it-
the prequels?
Unless it
Like-
takes long enough for the actress to age up.
Well, Bella Ramsey is 19. So,
Is she really?
Yeah.
No, she, oh my
and
god, she
and
fucking
Bella
is.
Ramsey is
What the hell?
actually also non-binary. I found out the hard way.
What?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, she's this, and it was no, they're non-binary. I was like, I'll peek. That's
I don't know
bad
what
on
you're
my
saying.
part.
What?
Yeah, so Bella Ramsey's actually non-binary. So at the moment,
Oh, she's non-binary. Okay.
So
That's what
at the
you're saying.
moment, 2 non-binary actors are now leading like for like big series at the moment.
I thought you were saying she knows binary. I'm like, cool. Like,
Yeah, I wasn't hearing that correctly.
Oh no, that's my bad. It's my accent, I guess. Fuck's sake.
I can't wait till we get to the end of the show and we find out that all of the clickers were actually just internet trolls all along.
I fuck with it.
Oh man.
No, I think they'll keep Bella Ramsey, to be honest. And I mean, again, they have made Bella Ramsey look a lot younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if you said give it 2-3 years, early 20s, it would probably work out about.
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't need to be done right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, Pedro Pascal just ages like fine wine. So I mean, it's not. Again, it's no rush. Like
It's the actor that he looks exactly like from the '80s. Son of a bitch. My parents, while we were watching, they brought it up, and I've always thought it the same thing. Fuck, who is it?
Who, Pedro Pascal?
Burt Reynolds? Is that the guy?
Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
He looks
No, he
exactly
With
like this guy.
With a mustache. Give him a Stetson.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
Like, he is going to look exactly like Burt Reynolds in a few
No, he
years.
doesn't.
I mean,
Oh my god!
Burr has more of like a protruding eyebrow, but yeah, I see it.
What the fuck, dude? I have never looked at these two men side by side.
Isn't it weird?
It's scary, isn't it?
What the fuck?
I think they're related secretly. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but like,
I am so fucking unhappy with you for pointing this out.
their faces
That's
together with those
hilarious.
AI
Hold
things.
on,
Like,
Sam,
do that.
You've done
Shit,
it.
yeah,
You managed
wow,
to
they-
give him something negative. You arsehole.
Yeah, dude,
Negative.
fuck this
That's
show,
not
dude. This
negative.
show sucks.
Burt Reynolds
Just 'cause it looks like Burt Reynolds. God damn it, Richard.
I can't believe you've done this.
No. Don't start using my fucking accent.
Listen, buddy, I'm a dungeon master. I use
I
all
agree.
of the accents.
I know.
I
do it. I'm
forgot
just
that
bad.
Burt Reynolds died. Son of a bitch. Now I'm
He
bummed.
died?
He died.
I missed
Not
that
pretty
too.
chicken
He died in
now.
2018, yeah.
Why?
shit.
Why are you doing this?
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Why? We're trying to end this show, and you're just like, "Here's a bunch of weird news for you.
Here's some,
Who else
here's
died,
sad
Sam?
information.
Enjoy all this weird shit you've never thought about before in your life."
Okay, wait. One last note about the show that I also have to bring up. I know this is just dialogue, but did anyone else get the vibe that when Tess and Joel were like walking together, like everything they said felt exactly like it is when you're just walking in a video game and they're having to like pad out the time with dialogue? Like
Yeah.
even him bringing up like the
Making up.
fucking like what's the apartment fixes in the 80s or some shit like that, right? It's like,
Oh
is
yeah,
why-
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
like
something
the
that
typical
like
Naughty
on
Dog
the
thing.
internet.
yeah, I
There's something
love that.
There was something I saw that made me just want to cry. So there's people on TikTok and stuff like that already that are like, yeah, Joel definitely gets pegged by Tess. I'm like, why is that your thought?
Why is that
Why
the
is that
go-to?
your-
Holy fuck!
Why? I was like,
Jesus.
they're like, oh, he's definitely a sub. I'm like, no, he's a guy trying to survive who has become close friends with someone who shares the same experience. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh
Like,
yeah, and then oh man, okay, because now you're bringing up like Tess and him like sleeping together, so it's gonna like kind of like bring
Yeah,
me,
because
bring
they're like,
me somewhere.
because they're like, oh,
she was
it's a different
spooning him?
thing. It's like,
I love that too.
yeah.
That's so cute. I love that shit. But like, I love that earlier in the episode he mentioned that you need to take a lot of pills to sleep. If you kill a lot of people or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and then he needs. I just love that subtle shit. Like that's things that if you're watching, you're getting it.
Yeah,
I had to point that out to my parents. Did you guys catch
I
that?
Oh
let-
boy, Sam, you're gonna have a pleasant surprise in your DMs.
Yeah, what is this?
Is it
gonna
Please
be?
implement this.
Okay, I
It's- it's from
see.
Joe. Trust me,
It's
you're
a
gonna
bunch.
like it.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
What is it? Can I know? I want to
I
be.
mean, I'll show it to you later.
Joe sent nudes.
Oh fuck! You didn't sharing? Fuck's sake!
All right, but
Wait,
Love-
boys, we got anything else to say about The Last of Us?
I liked when that one guy called his one son an idiot.
yeah, that was funny too. God bless him.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Show's perfect.
Well, yeah, that's a small little moment too. But even just like the subtlety of how like intense it is for that other guy to be like, "This is all the way in Wyoming, dude. Like you're actually gonna go to this place." I
Yeah,
love that.
That's I never even playing the game. I've played through this game like 4 times, and I've never actually considered how far of a trip that is.
Yeah,
on foot.
like because it takes like a year or more, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, it takes like you go through the whole seasons and shit. So
It is a journey.
Are we going to see giraffes?
A simple walk.
so if we don't see the damn giraffes, what's
Time,
the point?
time for this.
Giraffes.
Sorry for the spoilers. I need
Oh
to
yeah,
know.
well, dude, if you know anything from this game in the last 10 years, it's that they've suddenly run into giraffes.
If there's no giraffes in the show, then 0 out of 10. I've
Yes.
lost all faith in
losing
this.
all-
Exactly.
The episode better
It
be
needs
goddamn
to.
called "This is the one with the giraffes."
Yes.
I expect real giraffes. No CGI bullshit.
Yes.
I want real
Oh, real
giraffes.
giraffe.
I want to see Pedro Pascal interacting with a goddamn giraffe face.
Exactly.
I need that in my life, all right?
hmm
That's my birthday and
great,
Christmas
great,
present.
great show so far.
Hell
Can't
yeah.
wait for more. I'm super excited for the next episode.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
goal, will be to do these probably every Wednesday for the foreseeable future of the show.
If that's the case, I will not be here for next episode.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll figure something out.
Oh,
We'll see what happens.
Just kidding. Not every Wednesday.
But tomorrow you can catch the Star Wars part of McClunky Squadron as we discuss Bad Batch episodes 3 to 4. Those are going to be fun to chat about. I've only seen that first half of them, but the first half was fucking awesome. So, hell yeah.
I've
That's the
seen
thing that we
the
agree on.
third
It's been a good
episode.
year for us, boys.
So far, so
gonna
good.
It's looking like it's picking up here, guys. Finally.
Fucking Mando's going to come out, though, and that will be a thing for sure. It'll be like, oh no.
Yep. That'll be the one.
Things
We're
are picking
getting
up,
our
and
own.
it's looking good. I'm impressed.
Yeah, dude, I'm fully McClunked up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, we're going to raid into Bumble Folks. They were doing episode 49 of their Rapid Riders Punk Rock Rebellion. Open D&D
I'm
game.
freaking it up right now with McClunky shit. Yep, boy.
If you guys want to shout out your stuff, Richard and Tim,
Hey, I'm with McClunky Squadron.
Yeah.
Check
you don't get a spot here.
Okay.
I'm Brutal Richard. I play games and I yell at people, and lately I've been doing reaction content because I'm creatively bankrupt.
That's okay, Richard. We still love you.
Thanks.
I am Till, and I plan Saturday night to be playing 5 Pokemon games at once using one controller. Come check
Oh
me
my
out.
God,
madman.
You are
doing?
nuts.
Holy shit, check
Yeah,
that
fuck
out.
my
Oh
channel.
my
Go
God.
there. That's way
Yeah,
more fun.
really.
That sounds intense.
What time is this? I'm asking for a friend.
I have the first part on one of my YouTube
What time is
channels.
this? I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I think I have to at this point. It's the law.
Can I stream me watching you do that?
That's the
If you
content
want.
we're asking for here. Just pretend you're playing it so you don't get done for copyright.
Well, I think streams like allow you to just like watch videos.
Yeah,
right?
you can.
Yep.
It's transformative.
Right, boys.
Yeah, that's-
we're scrapping
I
the
was
last
watching
of this.
Richard
We're doing
rip
it.
on an Elden Ring video today, or the other
Yep.
day. So
You seem to come in every single time
I
I'm doing
know
that.
it's
It's
always
so
the
weird.
worst time when it's like, oh, he's
Like, my
shitting on
stream is
Elden Ring, and I'm going to
4 to 5 hours
again.
long, and Sam shows up during the 10 minutes that I talk about Elden Ring. It's weird.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching. My
Goodbye.
Clunky.
McClunky.
McClunky.
Oh man.